Hemingway said, "The world breaks everyone, and afterward many are strong at the broken places." I have been broken and knocked down, but I keep getting back up. I frequently get lost, yet here I am. I'm still looking for the path to salvation. I'm not sure where it lies, but I continue to search. Join me as I share my experiences and speak with others who walk the path. You're on the Razor's Edge with Mike Murdy. Surrender your shame. Recently, I've been contemplating missteps and bad decisions I made over the last 40 plus years. And trust me, there are more than I care to recall. I have done terrible things and caused unbelievable pain and suffering. I have tried to make amends where it was appropriate and when it was possible. Unfortunately, some wrongs can't be righted, and for that I am truly sorry. I am grateful that I now understand I am not the things I do, and good people sometimes do bad things. I'm an imperfect and incomplete work in progress, and I've been blessed with an opportunity to do better and be better each and every moment. Owning my shortcomings, making amends where possible, and accepting forgiveness has blessed my life. I continue to be amazed by the power of forgiveness, both as a giver and a recipient. This has enabled me to grow stronger in my faith, which in turn helped me heal broken relationships and make new connections. The positive changes continue to cascade and contribute to an upward spiral of increasing peace and well-being. As the next step in my personal growth, I am focusing on letting go of the shame that I have carried for decades. This shame goes beyond guilt, because shame is more personal and more painful. Where guilt is a feeling of remorse for one's actions, shame is a painful feeling about oneself as a person. It's the difference between saying, "I did something bad," and "I am bad." There is no making amends for shame, since shame is self-directed and irrational. Intellectually, I understand that I am a decent person, and there's nothing inherently wrong or bad about me. But emotionally, shame tells me I am unworthy, inadequate, and powerless to do anything about it. I am ugly. I am fat. I am lazy. I am selfish. Notice that each of these begins with "I am." These shame-driven statements are non-negotiable, declarative sentences. They are the worst form of stories we tell ourselves. They may start out as things we hear or insults we imagine, but once we internalize them, they become part of our identity. The effects of shame are insidious, lasting, and far-reaching. Shame can take many different forms, and it can become so deeply embedded that you let it define you. Shame drives people to hide their faults from others, cutting themselves off from the people most interested in helping them. Meanwhile, they suffer on their own, convinced that they are inadequate and powerless. Secrets and self-contempt deepen this negative self-image, making it even harder to overcome. The only way I've been able to beat shame is to let go of it, and that's harder than it sounds. I'm not especially good at it. Sometimes I feel like a drowning man clinging to a bag of waterlogged, dirty laundry. I know that I could just release it and swim to shore, but for some strange reason, I just can't seem to let go, even though I know it will eventually pull me under. This is when I stop struggling and decide to surrender. In my experience, the moment I decide to surrender my self-limiting, critical, or judgmental feelings, they are taken from me, and I no longer need to bear them. I can surrender shame and give up guilt and fear. All I have to do is follow my faith and accept forgiveness and mercy. In our church, it's called God's grace. It's a powerful blessing to me, for which I am grateful. I hope you have a belief or practice that comforts you and enables you to let go of toxic emotions and feelings of inadequacy. If you don't have a community of faith, you are welcome in our church. There's always room for one more at the table, and our host and Lord Jesus Christ waits with open arms. Regardless of personal beliefs, once we learn to accept ourselves as perfectly flawed and incomplete miracles, there's a chance we can learn to treat each other better. Now that's something I can get behind. You're on the Razor's Edge with Mike Murdy. Thanks for listening.